Scorpio, this week is about direction, not intensity, not force, not proving how much you can endure. Your card is the Chariot, and the Chariot asks what happens when all of your power is finally pointed in the same direction. There are no verified astrological events supplied for this week, so there is no need to attach the message to a planetary event or promise a particular turning point. The tarot is enough. The Chariot is a card of will, momentum, discipline, self-command, movement, and victory through integration. Your central thesis is this: power becomes useful when your competing motives stop pulling against each other. Scorpio can sustain extraordinary intensity, but intensity without direction can become self-conflict. One part of you may want closeness while another part is scanning for betrayal. One part may want success while another fears being exposed. One part may want to move forward while another keeps revisiting the past to make sure you have not missed a threat. The Chariot does not ask you to eliminate those competing parts. It asks you to become the driver. In love, this card can reveal conflicting desires. If you are in a relationship, perhaps you want deeper intimacy but also want to maintain emotional control. You may ask for honesty while protecting information that would make you feel vulnerable. The Chariot invites deliberate participation. Decide what kind of relationship you are trying to build, then choose behaviors that support that direction. If you are single, be aware of attraction to intensity for its own sake. Chemistry that keeps you guessing can feel powerful because it activates focus. But focus is not the same as compatibility. Ask whether the connection has direction. Is it moving toward mutual trust, clearer communication, and greater reality? Or is it circling the same emotional terrain? At work, the Chariot asks you to reduce competing priorities. Scorpio can become highly effective when concentrated, but fragmented obligations can create unnecessary pressure. Choose the primary objective. Not the only objective, but the one that determines what gets your best attention. Then make other tasks serve or wait. This is also a card of boundaries around momentum. Once you commit, you may become difficult to interrupt. That can be a strength, but check whether you are continuing because the goal is still correct or because stopping would feel like losing. Direction should be reviewed, not worshipped. With money, the Chariot favors deliberate goals. Avoid vague intentions like spend less or save more. Choose a specific direction, reduce one category, build one buffer, complete one payment, or delay one purchase. Momentum becomes easier when the target is measurable. In health and energy, this card can tempt you toward extremes. You may want a hard reset, intense workout, strict schedule, or total transformation. Remember that self-command is different from self-punishment. The strongest routine is the one that keeps your energy pointed forward rather than creating cycles of overexertion and collapse. Wednesday is about choosing your destination. Name one outcome you want by the end of the week that is actually within your influence. Thursday is about identifying competing motives. Ask what part of you benefits from reaching the goal and what part of you is afraid of it. Both voices need to be understood before you can lead them. Friday is about removing friction. Eliminate one obstacle you have been tolerating, a distraction, unclear task, unnecessary commitment, or conversation you keep postponing. Saturday is about controlled momentum. Work in one focused block on the thing that matters most. Stop when the block ends. The goal is precision, not exhaustion. Sunday is about emotional steering. Notice where a mood is trying to choose your direction for you. Feel the mood without handing it the wheel. Monday is about commitment. Make one decision that reduces ambiguity. Confirm, decline, schedule, submit, delete, or begin. Tuesday is about review. Ask whether your actions created real movement or simply a sense of intensity. Adjust the route if needed. Your first journal prompt is, what goal am I pursuing, and what competing motive keeps pulling me sideways? Your second journal prompt is, where am I mistaking emotional intensity for meaningful progress? Your third journal prompt is, what would disciplined power look like if I did not need to prove anything? For your weekly guidance, create a Chariot route card. On a small piece of paper, write one destination for the week at the top. Under it, write 3 lanes: continue, stop, and ignore. Put no more than 2 actions under each lane. Continue contains the behaviors that move you forward. Stop contains the behaviors that actively interfere. Ignore contains distractions that are not dangerous but do not deserve your attention. Keep the card visible for 7 days. Your assignment is to consult it before any major use of your time. Scorpio, the Chariot often gets interpreted as winning, but victory here is not about defeating other people. It is about becoming less divided inside yourself. When your motives are fighting, even success can feel unsatisfying. When your motives are integrated, smaller progress can feel powerful because you know where it is leading. There is also a trust lesson. Control often expands when trust contracts. If you do not trust another person, a process, or yourself, you may try to manage every variable. But total control is impossible, and chasing it can consume the energy needed for actual movement. This week, define what you need to control and what you only need to monitor. You need to control your commitments, your boundaries, your effort, and your response. You do not need to control everyone's opinion, every outcome, or every piece of timing. In relationships, this can mean stating your direction clearly instead of testing whether someone can guess it. At work, it can mean asking for the information you need instead of privately investigating every possibility. With yourself, it can mean choosing one path long enough to learn from it. The Chariot also asks you to reconsider the role of restraint. Restraint is not weakness. Steering requires restraint. A vehicle that uses all of its power without direction crashes. Your ability to pause, redirect, and choose when not to engage is part of your strength. Watch for unnecessary battles. Scorpio can become more focused when challenged, which means conflict can sometimes create artificial motivation. Ask whether the obstacle is real or whether resistance has become the thing that makes the goal feel meaningful. You do not need an enemy in order to move. Your deepest advantage this week is concentration. When your attention is not leaking into suspicion, argument, proving, monitoring, and contingency planning, you have enormous capacity. Use that capacity deliberately. Choose the road. Bring your parts with you. Move because you know where you are going, not because standing still makes you uncomfortable. There is one more reason direction matters. It protects you from becoming addicted to reaction. When you know your destination, every provocation does not deserve a response. Every delay does not require a new strategy. Every person's doubt does not need to become your argument. This week, notice what happens when someone or something challenges your sense of control. Does your attention immediately leave the goal and move toward the challenge? That shift can be expensive. The Chariot asks you to measure a conflict by whether engaging with it helps you arrive where you are going. You can be powerful without being constantly activated. In fact, calm power may be the more advanced form for you now. It lets you conserve intensity for moments that actually matter. It allows you to choose the timing of your effort rather than giving that timing away to whatever provokes you. If you feel the urge to prove yourself, ask what proof would actually change. If the answer is nothing important, return to the route. Let results speak where arguments would only consume fuel. The strongest move may be the one nobody notices immediately, keeping your attention on the chosen direction when distraction offers a more emotionally satisfying battle. That is how momentum becomes mastery rather than mere motion. Choose progress that can survive your emotions, your doubts, and other people's reactions. That is the kind of direction worth trusting. Your affirmation this week is, I direct my power with clarity, discipline, and purpose. Carry that with you through August 18th. Subscribe so your next weekly reading is waiting for you. Trust the timing. The stars have spoken.